Hey everybody, come on in. This is the Daily Bern, the war room of the political revolution. We gather here every day at 7 p.m. Central, and we talk about this fight that we're in, this revolution, this political revolution that is happening right now in this country to take our country back and make it one, our government one that works for the people. A government and a system of justice for society instead of corporate welfare and endless war. So we're moving to make massive change. And I felt like that fight, those of us fighting in that fight, needed a motivational show, a place to gather and inspire each other and draw inspiration and move forward united towards victory. And that's where we're heading. So I created one. I wanted there to be a show like this, so I made one up. And we've been doing it for about 5 months now. And hopefully you dig it. If you dig it, share it out. We got to be the media. We got to share little independent shows like this. But give me 1 second. Sorry. I had something I had to take care of really quick. I left my phone on the other side of the room, and I use that to keep track of comments. So comment during the show, anything you want to talk about. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask y'all some questions during the burn today because there's things I want to know from you guys. We've been doing this, as I said, for about 5 months, the Daily Burn. And it's been a regular thing, and it's been every day for a while. So sometimes I feel like it's repetitive. You know, we get repetitive. We talk about the same things every day on this show. But this fight is pretty consistent. What our role is in it anyway. You know, it stays the same no matter what's going on around us or what's going on with the news media or any of these things that are against us or things that we're up against. No matter what's happening with any of that, our fight stays pretty much the same. We need to stay focused and stay active, you know, commit to this fight and keep fighting in it, doing whatever you decide to do. You know, I talk about how you need to pick something. You know, pick whatever it is for you and then do that every day. And when enough of us are doing that and committed to that and really own this fight, we will win. We will reach a tipping point. So all of that other stuff exists. All of those things that we're up against, they're real and they're all there and we acknowledge them, but we're going to overwhelm it. I understand that it's rigged, but it can be beaten with our numbers. That's how change has always happened, historically, not just in American history, but world history. That's the way change takes place and always has been. So that's what we're doing. That's what this is about. That's what's happening right now. So this is a revolution. You know, people, give me trouble about calling it that, calling it a fight. It is a fight. It's peaceful. We're using the political system to take back our government. And again, it is very corrupt to its core, but we can overwhelm it and we can change it. You know, once we understand that we have to change it at all levels, we have to get involved, we have to be the ones that do this. This is our fight, not Bernie's or anyone else's. You know, we talk about Bernie a lot on this show, but we talk about him less and less. I don't know if you've noticed that, but he is doing a great job. Bernie is doing what Bernie needs to do. This show is about what we need to do. And what we need to do is so much bigger than Bernie Sanders. He's a very big part of it. That's going to be great. Getting Bernie elected president is going to be, like I've said before, a nuclear strike to the power establishment. And because it's the last thing they want. You know, everybody knows that. It's pretty clear to everybody at this point, should be. They're doing all they can to stop us. They're pointing the cameras in the other direction, which they did last time. They never really did show our true strength. They don't want people to see it. They don't want people to be inspired by it. They are trying to silence Bernie as much as they possibly can now with the media. They are burying him and eliminating him, and it's just completely verifiable. It's fact now. It's not conspiracy. It's not crazy to think that they're controlling public perception of what's going on right now, because they are. They are hiding a revolution of the people rising up united, doing what needs to happen to overtake their political system. And they're trying their best to get it to stop. They're not trying to stop Bernie. They're trying to stop us. We're doing what needs to happen. This is how change takes place. So we just keep going. That's why I think, hey, BB, that's why I think this gets repetitive sometimes. Because it is the same thing every day. Because the fight stays consistent. You know, all we do is stay focused on us. Stay focused on making the change that we want to see in our life right now on our own. Because we want to. You know, and when enough of us are doing that, that change will grow on its own and inspire, and people fall into groups. Look at society throughout history, and judge it for yourself. The people, the masses, will fall in with what's popular and what's dominant. So we need to change what's dominant. Right now, it's negativity and evil and greed. We need to make it more about love and compassion. We can do that. We have that ability. We can change all this stuff in our daily lives. And, you know, it doesn't take but like 3% of the population to have a successful revolution. So this is doable. It's not a pipe dream. It's not insanity. This is happening. It's just being hidden. And it will be. But that's the other part of our job, is to be the media. And I talk about that pretty much every day. But I think those are the most important things that we do. What we do and what Bernie does are two very different things. We have two very different jobs. Bernie is a politician. He has to appeal to a mass audience, and he has to get his information out to a mass audience. We can be more focused. We can be more generalized. We tend to end up in our own little bubbles and forget that it's our job to inform and wake people up. It is the job of the woke to wake the others. There's no point in being woke and aware if you're just walking around going, hey, I'm woke. I know that the media is garbage. I don't believe that stuff. I think for myself. I know what's really going on. That's all great. Are you helping other people know? You know, doing anything to move society forward. You know, what good is it to be woke and aware if you're not doing that? If you're not waking people? And sometimes you'll be like, well, I am trying to. I try, but they don't want to know. They don't want to hear it. They just argue with me or shut down. Well, think about your approach. Maybe your approach is wrong. You know, it's not always the other person. Rethink your angles. Make the best of your opportunities. Change the way you do it. Plant seeds instead of being so aggressive sometimes, maybe. You know, you can't just out the gate challenge somebody and be like, you're a moron if you think blah. You got to be more evasive with it, more understanding to human psychology, and just the fact that they'll shut down if you do that, if you attack them. You know, people want better. They just need to be informed that they can have it, that it's possible, and that they deserve it. They're convinced that they deserve less than they actually do. From a young age, they're indoctrinated and brainwashed and led to believe that certain things are earned, that are givens around the world. We are the last to the party on healthcare for all. Healthcare is a human right. And every other country in our economic status around the world guarantees healthcare to their people as a human right. In these other countries, they don't open their wallet when they go to the doctor. They don't open their wallet when they go for their prescription medication that their doctor prescribes. This is it's all taken care of. They pay for it with their taxes. It's not free. It's society benefiting the people. That's what we want. We don't want free stuff. Is the military free? That $800 billion that we're spending on the military, and that's just what they're telling you we're spending. We're spending way more than that. The Pentagon can account for almost $25 trillion. That's with a T, T-R-I-L-L. I know. With a T. I don't even know if I spelt that right. It's so ridiculous. They can't even tell you where that much money is. We spend a ridiculous, ridiculous amount of money on military. Is that free? Are tanks free? That money came from somewhere, didn't it? It came out of your paycheck. It came out of my paycheck. You know whose paycheck it didn't come out of? Jeff Bezos. He doesn't pay any taxes. Bill Gates. You don't pay taxes. Probably Donald Trump. Don't pay taxes. You know what I mean? And he would say it's smart business. And there are people that would defend it and be like, he's right, smart business. He knows how to not pay taxes. If I knew how to not pay taxes, I wouldn't pay taxes either. But you do, don't you get it? And they benefit from society, and they're like leeches and parasites. They figured out how to not pay into it and take all the resources from it and use it all. BB says the neo-libcons are on the warpath with smears. Yeah. Why is it showing me nobody? Like BB's here, Kyle's here. I see their names, but like this is different. Maybe Facebook has changed their, the way it looks when you watch a live stream, but it used to show you like a little eyeball and how many people were there. But I got nothing. It don't even say live. But I'm still moving, so I'm assuming we're good. I'm just gonna keep going. We're good everywhere else. And we're back on Periscope, which surprised me. I was amazed. All of a sudden my Twitter and Periscope are back up. So I'm back on those. So we're on 4 places now. Looking for a 5th. I can go to 5. I can stream to 5 different places with the multi-streamer that I pay for. But what I was trying to say, and the point I was trying to get across, is that I realized that the show sometimes is repetitive. But even Bernie has been questioned about how he's repetitive, and he's like, well, when we get these things, I'll start talking about something else. He's consistently been fighting for the same things for 40 years. The same messages, the same agendas, the same ideas for that long. And when we win this fight, when we move forward, when we do what we need to do, then I could talk about different stuff. I feel like at that point I could talk about something else. But I no longer even think it's important to pay attention to the media at all. The mainstream media. I'm not saying to ignore the news and to ignore information, ignore what's going on, but I'm saying to seek out the truth and only pay attention to the truth and let the propaganda be what it is. It's going to be our enemy no matter what. It's something we have to deal with. It's an enemy of humanity. It's weaponized propaganda. That's what it is and what it's for. And we're just going to have to deal with that moving forward as a constant enemy. But I think we ignore it. I no longer want to pay any attention to it. I don't want to give any support to it at all. Even negative support is support. So I just want to take all attention away from it. And then I'm also, if you've noticed, for the past week or so, I haven't been covering Bernie events. I've thrown out how to cover Bernie events, how to get in touch with Bernie events, but I haven't been covering it very close because they are doing a fantastic job, the Bernie campaign. Matter of fact, Bernie's talking right now, I think, with AOC. They're having a rally in Iowa, I believe. So Bernie and the campaign are doing fantastic work, doing great, a great job. Couldn't ask for better out of our candidate. So I no longer think it's that important to focus on what Bernie's doing. Bernie's job and our job is very different. We need to be informing people and spreading the truth and being the media. Bernie's got this. Let's not focus so much on trying to convince everybody and argue over every little poll that comes out. Like, oh no, that's not right, that's not accurate. Just ignore it. Don't pay any attention to it. Live in the truth and spread the truth and let that speak for itself. That has value, that has strength, and people recognize the truth when they hear it. They understand the truth when they're exposed to it. And a lot of this change, they want it. They're maybe afraid of it, or they don't realize that it's possible, that it's something that can happen. They just need to understand that they deserve better, and if they believe in it, they can have it. You can have things that you want. If you believe and you do the work, you can get them. And that's what we're doing right now. We believe that healthcare is a human right. We're willing to do the work to make sure that it becomes a secure human right and that our society provides that to our people. That's just one of the things we're dedicated to achieving. Free and fair elections. We parade around this world like we're the leaders of democracy. We don't even have it. We have an oligarchy. Our democracy is an illusion. Well, we're trying to make it real again. The only way to do that is to get enough people actively involved in it. That's how democracy works and functions. It got this way by us falling asleep at the wheel. We let psychopaths run wild with our government and our way of life and our society, and they bought it all up and bought up all the control of it and turned it into what it is now. And we want to change it. So that's going to take enough of us, at least, getting very active and very involved and understanding that this is our fight and our job, which means we got to wake more people. We don't have enough. 3% is, I've been told before, but somewhere around 11 million people. We have at least 4 or 5, probably 7 maybe, committed to do everything. And by everything I mean go out in the streets when needed, show up at every opportunity, because that's what needs to happen. I'm talking about how many people understand that we got to do everything we can. I'm already saving for the convention. I'm going this time. I'm going to be there. We have to. We have to be committed to doing all that we can. Everything we can. And every time we get an opportunity to flex or show our strength, it needs to look like a Bernie rally. That's how we win this. That's how we do this. Because what we're trying to do is big. And what we're trying to do, they'll try to stop with everything they have. First off, they'll try to stop from him even being the Democratic nominee. And if we get that done, they'd rather lose to him. They will help Trump. They will campaign against Bernie. The powers that be would rather Trump win than Bernie. So we're up against everything. not just the Democratic establishment. We're up against the powers that be, the people that really pull the strings and really control everything. That's what we're dealing with. But we can overcome it just by overwhelming it with our numbers. And that's what we're going to do. Now, I include a link in the description of every Daily Bern to berniesanders.com. Please go there. See if there's any way that you can help the campaign, maybe by volunteering or donating any amount. Any amount would be helpful and help out the campaign. This is completely publicly funded, and we're up against big money. Big money is going to spend a lot of money to try and stop us. So we need to help out as much as we can. So donate if you can, or volunteer your time, or get a bumper sticker. They're really cool. They're nice bumper stickers. I don't know if you can see that, but this is the official bumper sticker, and they're not paper. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. I've been saying vinyl, but they're nice and they're removable. You can take them back off. I've tried it. So I've never put a bumper sticker on my car before, but I have two now on my car, and they are tremendous at creating excitement and starting conversations. So I recommend getting a bumper sticker and putting that on your car, and just gives you more opportunities and creates excitement for the campaign. And I think that's how we grow, and I think that's what we do, is we create excitement, we inspire people, and we inform them moving forward. But I want to know what you guys think the show should focus on. I've been focusing on those things, and I told you why I focus on those things. But what do you guys think the show should focus on? This show is about much more than this election. It's about this whole revolution. And this is a big fight, and we're, in for the long haul. And that's what I'm talking about, and that's who I'm talking to, is people that understand that. That's what this show is for. So what else do we need to be focusing on the Daily Burns, that I should prioritize? Because I think it's mostly, well, for me, it's the things I've been talking about. And I laid it out, why I've been talking about those particular things. 'Cause I think our mental state is one of the most important things, because belief is what's going to drive this forward. Your belief is very important. You need to believe that you can do it. Believe you can have this, and then do the work. Those two things together, if you do that, you can't be stopped. You can achieve anything you want as long as you believe in yourself and your ability to have it and your ability to do it, and that it's possible, and then you put in the work. You can do it. Anything. And we're going to do something really big. Millions of us are going to rise up together, united, and take back our government. Change it into one that works for the people, for society. One that's about justice and compassion. So be a part of it. Do all you can. That's all we got to do, is all we can. When this is over, don't let there be anything you think you could have did that you didn't do. Just put 100% in, and that's what you'll get back out. You get what you give. So put in the effort, and we will see the results. They're going to tell you it's impossible all the way till it's done. Don't listen to them. We can do this. We are doing this. It's happening right now. So keep moving forward. Keep doing it. And we'll win. Not Bernie, us. This is about us. This is our fight. We're the ones that have to do this. They're afraid of us, not Bernie. But thanks for watching, guys. We do this every day, Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. And this is a show for the revolution. Like I said, the long haul. Much more than just electing Bernie. And this fight is about much more than just electing Bernie. And we